Wow. So a secret letter that Donald Trump sent to Jeffrey Epstein on Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003 has just emerged. It was part of a compilation, a leather-bound compilation that Ghislaine Maxwell put together of Epstein's closest friends for Epstein's 50th birthday. The Wall Street Journal got the scoop. Donald Trump's now threatening to sue the Wall Street Journal for describing what Donald Trump's letter to Epstein said. Oh my God, is it some disturbing stuff? They talked about their secrets together and the enigmas that they shared together. And Donald Trump apparently drew a photo of a naked girl, or the outline of a naked girl's body in the letter. So Donald Trump then responded in the Wall Street Journal article about this, saying that I've never wrote a picture before, so it couldn't be me. It turns out that Donald Trump is actually like a doodle enthusiast, and he would draw pictures all the time during that period. And those photos are emerging now as well. This is some deeply disturbing and sick stuff. So the way Donald Trump wrote this letter for Epstein's 50th birthday, he wrote it in the form of an imaginary conversation between a voiceover, Donald and Jeffrey. So here's the typed letter in the outline of a naked woman's body. And Donald Trump then signed his name in the Donald Trump signature where the pubic hair region would be of the naked girl that he draw. And so here's what is written, voiceover. There must be more to life than having anything. Donald Trump, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Now, we knew at this time that Epstein was the leader of a massive sex trafficking ring when Donald Trump was sending this letter to Epstein. Deeply disturbing stuff. Let me go through some of this Wall Street Journal article with you, and then I'm going to share with you Donald Trump's post where he says he will be suing the Wall Street Journal, Rupert Murdoch, and others involved in the article. The article's called Epstein's Friends Sent Him Bawdy Letters for a 50th Birthday Album. One was from Donald Trump. It was Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Journal. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006 are among the documents examined by the Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. It's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration's recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein comes at the sensitive moment, and I'm going to say this now, where Donald Trump is covering up the Epstein files and the Epstein list. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy. Like others in the album, it contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women," he said. "It's not my language. It's not my words." He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everybody else, Donald Trump told the Wall Street Journal. Let me just show you some of the images of Donald Trump's that he's doodled before. Again, he's like a doodle enthusiast, as Judd Legum writes. So Trump told the Wall Street Journal it was impossible he wrote a 2003 birthday message because I never wrote a picture in my life. In 2005, Trump drew a picture of the New York City skyline for a charity auction. It was resold in 2017 for $30,000. Take a look at this photo he drew of a building right here. More photos that he drew right here. California Governor Gavin Newsom posted a doodle that Donald Trump drew and said, I've never wrote a picture in my life. This was an article from the Washington Post. A sketch Donald Trump made of the Manhattan skyline is up for auction. How about this one? I knew this doesn't matter, but a lady in Ohio solicited doodles from celebrities to auction for charity. And in 2004, she said that Trump was always literally the first to send his drawings. More doodles by Donald Trump right there. And let's go through this article a little bit more. It talks about how the Justice Department officials did not respond to a request for comment or address questions about whether the Trump page and other pages of the birthday album were part of their recent review. The FBI even declined to comment. The existence of this album and the contents of the birthday letters haven't been previously reported. The album had poems, photos, and greetings from business people, academics, Epstein's former girlfriends, and childhood pals, according to the documents reviewed by the Journal and people familiar with them. This is important because it shows that this story was written with a lot of sourcing and has a high degree of credibility, they're saying. Among those who submitted letters were billionaire Leslie Wexner and attorney Alan Dershowitz. Now, Wexner was one of the main financial benefactors of Epstein. The album also contained a letter from a now deceased Harvard economist, one of Epstein's report cards from Mark Twain Jr. High School in Brooklyn, and a note from a former assistant that included something with Epstein's name. Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, everyone loves you. Fun in the sun, fun in the sun. Epstein was Wexner's money manager at the time. The longtime leader of Victoria's Secret wrote a short message that said, I wanted to get you what you want, so here it is. After the text was a line drawing of what appeared to be a woman's breasts. Wexner declined to comment. Dershowitz's letter included a mock-up of Vanity Unfair magazine cover with mock headlines such as Who was Jack the Ripper? Was it Jeffrey Epstein? He joked that he had convinced the magazine to change the focus of an article from Epstein to Bill Clinton. Dershowitz, who represented Epstein after his first arrest, said, it's been a long time. I don't recall the content of what I may have written. The book was put together by a New York bookbinder, Herbert White, according to people who were involved in the process. Whites, who died in 2020, listed Epstein as a client on his website in 2003. In other words, they're showing you all the backup that this thing is authentic. It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was the typewritten note, styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in third person. And I read that to you from the outset right there. I want to share this with you as this became breaking news. Bill Kristol was on CNN, and here's what he had to say. Let's play it.
It's a birthday card, apparently. In a book of kind of birthday cards for Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003, I believe. So that's 15 years after Trump already knows Epstein pretty well. It has this, apparently it has this kind of typescript of an imaginary conversation. I could just maybe add to what you read, if it's okay. Donald. So it goes like Donald, : we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. For me, I mean, that's a kind of weird, what is enigmas? I mean, is that a word that Trump and Epstein used to convey something that they shared? I mean, we know that. So I think this will raise many more questions about how much how close Trump was, let's put it this way, to what Epstein was involved in.
Now, also, it's worth pointing out that on Fox, Laura Ingraham said they were going to be covering the Wall Street Journal story, but then they never covered it. She just said, coming up, we're going to talk about the Journal. But then they never covered it up, probably because someone got a call at Fox to deep six it. Here, play this clip.
Coming up, Democrats pretend to care about an issue that has the podcast world going crazy. We're asking for transparency, but we have new news coming on about this as well from the Wall Street Journal, a new report tonight. Next.
All right, here's what Donald Trump posted. The Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed by President Trump to Epstein was a fake. And if they print it, they will be sued. Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously did not have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Caroline Levitt and by President Trump that the letter was a fake, but Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. Instead, they are going with a false, malicious, and defamatory story anyway. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist. President Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos, 60 Minutes, and others, and looks forward to suing and holding accountable the once great Wall Street Journal. It has truly turned out to be a disgusting and filthy rag, and writing defamatory lies like this shows their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth at all on the Epstein hoax, as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics years ago. It certainly would not have sat in a file waiting for Trump to have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. That sounds like someone who is very, very guilty. I'm giving you my opinion, of course, just my opinion. I'll show you this. Democratic Congressmember McGovern on the Epstein files motion. Here's what he had to say, and you'll see how the MAGA Republican responds. Let's play it.
We're going to require some time to be able to digest whatever it is, because, and again, in defense of the reporting that there was a furor, I mean, it is 6 o'clock, and we thought we would be meeting early this morning. So clearly, there's been some angst amongst Republican members of this committee. But let me
don't flatter yourself too much. There's not a whole lot of angst over here.
It's curious that we're meeting at 6 o'clock.
We're looking forward to passing the rescission package. I can tell you that.
Right.
Here, Democratic Congressmember McGovern makes a great point. Either there is nothing here and Trump made it all up, conned you, or you're covering up for a sex trafficking ring. Here, play this clip.
Why would anyone vote against releasing files that we've been told, by the way, by the president, by your attorney general, by your director of the FBI, by his deputy director? We have been told by them that these files show the identities of those who knew that Jeffrey Epstein was sexually abusing children. So I hope all of you had a chance to consult your constituents and your conscience, and I hope that you will vote with us when I again offer a simple amendment to release the files. Because either one of two things is true. Either one of two things is true. Either there's nothing here, and Trump made all this up and conned you guys into believing it. In that case, why would you vote against releasing files that don't exist? Or there are files, and you guys want to keep them hidden because you're afraid what's in them. Which is it? Which is it? And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.
And finally, you can see that things were getting very heated at that hearing. Moments ago. Play this clip.
We were already in this room when you signed it and put it in. It was a political stunt. That's all it was, and we're going to give you a solution to it.
And if you read the amendment, Mr. Scott, you would realize that there are exceptions to protect the victims of these crimes. And by the way, our language has been out.
No, there are not. There are not.
In the Massey counter bill, there are.
That is not what you offered. That is not what you offered. You said all the files, and we have a responsibility to protect the victims.
Mr. Scott,
and we know where you are.
Yeah, we know where you are, Mr. You're
You're
hiding.
the party of child victims. That's why you opened the border. That's why you opened the border.
There you have it, folks. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Let me know what you think. Just giving you all the details from that article. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers, and thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.